Hello friends, welcome to the channel That Couple Abroad. So as promised in our last video, I would be talking about H1B visa interview questions and answers. As you know that I appeared for my H1B interview back in March 2022. So I have a very recent visa interview experience. So today I'll be covering the interview questions and answers. Before moving to the questions and answers, I would like to tell you two important tips which I feel are very important for the interview process. First one is do not appear for the consular interview without proper documentation. So improper documentation or incomplete documentation basically frustrates the counselor interviewer. So it's better that you get prepared and have all the documents readily available whenever they ask for. So in case you want to have any reference for the H1B visa document checklist, then please do check out the link in our description below. The second tip is that you should not lie during the interview. You should be very truthful. They are very experienced and they'll be able to catch if you are lying about anything in the interview. So it's highly recommended that you be mindful of what you are saying in the interview. But don't get worried. So these are just the tips, and I would say like if you're confident and you go as prepared, then it is just like a normal conversation between the interviewer and yourself. So it should go fine. Now I'll get started with the questions and answers. I'll be dividing the questions and answers in three sections. So we will be going in order. I will talk about the general questions, then questions about your qualification, and the third part will be H1B company background questions. Moving on to the general questions. So first of all, the interviewer will ask you about your passport. You have to pass on your passport, and the interviewer may ask you about your passport number. The next question could be like, have you ever traveled outside of your home country? So be truthful here. If you have ever went outside, maybe due to your personal reason, like your honeymoon, or maybe you could have went due to some business reasons, like your company would have sent you on a short term business visa or any kind of project. Then please state the details over there. So the next question could be like, have you ever been to US before? So if you have ever traveled to US before, then you could say so. The next question is like, why do you want to go to US? So state the intent. Since you are going on H1B visa, that means you are definitely going on a work visa, and you are sponsored by your employer. So you can state like, I have to work for my client overseas, and maybe you can state the name of your client as well. Next, they might ask you like, have you ever studied in the US? So if you have been to any college or university in the US, then you can state so, otherwise state no. So the next question could be, what will you work in the US? So you have to state your roles and responsibilities, and on which role you are traveling to US. The next question could be like, do you have any family or friends in the US? So here, be honest and tell if you have any kind of relatives, friends, or knowns in the US. The next question is, which US state you are going to? So you can mention as per your client location. The other questions could be related to your marriage. So the interviewer may ask like, are you married, and if yes, for how long? And the following question will be that, if you are married, will your spouse and children be joining you in the US? So just answer the question as per your scenario. The next very important question, which I feel like people can mess up, is that, do you plan on returning to your home country, and if yes, then why? So basically, interviewer wants to know your intent. Will you go there and settle in US, or you want to come back to your country for some reason? So let's say if you have any family or friends, or you have your parents over here, you have your home or property over here, then you can state that, if yes, I will be coming back as soon as my project is over. So the next section I'm moving on is the qualification question. So as you know that H1B is a specialty visa. That means you have to prove your skills, that you have the required capability to go into the US based on your H1B visa. So some of the common questions could be, could you please provide me your degrees and diplomas? So you have to pass on your degrees and diplomas to the interviewer. What is the highest degree that you own? So we can tell about the degree that you own. Other things could be like, where did you complete your education? So in this question, basically you have to mention the university name along with the location. When did you graduate? So you have to state the year and the month when you graduated. Due to the specialty reasons, they might ask you about your research projects or any kind of internships that you have done before. So you can, if you have any kind of research project published, then it is better to state that to the interviewer. Since it is a specialty visa, the interviewer might ask you about your skills apart from the roles and responsibilities in your job. So you have to mention like what skills you own. Maybe you have done some external certifications, you can show those external certifications as well, and how you apply your skills in your current role. The last question in this category is that can you please provide me your I-797 document? So as I stated in my previous video, your employer will provide you a physical copy of your I-797. That is the most important document that you need to carry to your interview. Coming to the last section of the interview questions, so this is by far the most important part. This is related to your H1B company background. So the first question could be like, which company will you work for in the US? Basically, this means that you have to tell the employer who is sponsoring you for this H1B visa. And the other related question will be who will be your client. Followed by the next question, which is like, what is your position in the company? They can also ask you about the description of your job. Next could be like, what will be your salary? Now, this is a very important question. You don't have to mention your home country salary. You have to mention the salary which you'll be receiving in the US in the amount of dollars. The other question could be like, how did you find about this company or your client? So since you're working for an employer in India and you're going overseas to just work at the on-site location, you can mention that my employer hired me in this project. Next question could be related to your employer, that what is the business line of your employer? What does your employer do? The next question could be related to your supervisor, like who will be your supervisor in the US? Please have the name and contact details handy with you. So now there is a possibility that you are working for a company which is either a startup or it's a small company. Then the interviewer might try to find out about the financial information of your company. So there could be possible questions like, could you please show us the company's financial information? Could you please show us the company's tax documents? So as far as I know, in case of small companies, they do provide their tax statements and financial information in a sealed envelope. If you get so from your employer, then please take it along. They might also ask you to show the pictures of what your company looks like. So this is definitely in case of small companies, not in case of big MNCs. So this is the end of the interview questions and answers. If you still have any queries or doubts about any question like how to answer this, then please do post in the comment section. I will try my best to help you out. Secondly, I would like to state that this interview might only long for 5 minutes, or it could even extend up till 30 minutes. So it depends on your luck and on the interviewer on that day. So for me, the interview was quite short. It was just a 5 minutes quick round, and I was appearing with my H4 dependent. So we totally took like 5-10 minutes. So in the next video, I would definitely like to share my H1B visa interview experience with you all. So stay tuned for that. If you found this video useful, then please do share, comment and like this video, and also subscribe to our channel. For this video, I'm signing off. Thank you.